Hi guys, JD Gravity RC here. Welcome back to my channel. I have only taken up this hobby since November last year, so I'm fairly new to this hobby. And although I have made tons of videos, but I always struggle with understanding the transmitter, why it has to be set up in certain ways, and why there are mixes. You mix the channel together, and I have read tons of materials. Look at this. This is not in directly relation to this transmitter, but this is like Flysky and stuff, and also other type of transmitter. So I've been trying to understand what is needed to set up a transmitter so that you can use it for betaflight or cleanflight, and then you can then connect to the NES 32 SP racing board or DSM, the standard flight control board that you have out there with the micro FPV build, because I'm moving into that directions. So I struggle to understand what's the basic things that you need for a quadcopter. So after doing a lot of research and watching tons of YouTube videos, I now come to the conclusion, and I think this is the right conclusion, that all you need is channel 1, 2, 3, 4, which is depending on the allocation of the 4 basic channels. They are usually aileron, throttle, elevator, and rudder. So that's the 4 basic channels that you need, and you need another channel for throttle hold or arm or disarm, and also a 3 position switch for the different flight modes. And that's all you need for a transmitter to use with betaflight or cleanflight. So what I'm going to do now, also with the 4 basic channels, all you need is expo and rates. That's the dual rates. So I'm going to show you how you set it up using this Flysky TH9x transmitter. Why I'm using this? Because it is not easy to set up the 3 position switch. So that's why I'm using this as an example, and also basically it's much easier to understand with this one. So what you have here is the Flysky TH9x. So most of the ready to fly or bind and fly quads up there comes with Flysky. So maybe this is a good way for you to learn about Flysky transmitter. But you can apply this generally, because this is the basic concept. So let's turn this on. Okay. I'm going to have a bit of a problem here. It doesn't have backlight, but I'm going to slant it in a way that the my lights will shine on it, and you can see. So when you turn it on, you have the basic welcome screen, and what you need to do with this one is, if you can see here, there's a menu button, there's this exit button, and there's up, down, left, right, and basically this is the confirm, enter button, and this is the exit. So let's start. So you need to press this for 1 second. So we go to the system menu, you press the menu button again, you go into system menu. So you have this model select. So what you need to do is you can enter, and then I've already set up the Flysky first model. So I'm going to go down to the next one and just press menu, select it, and I'm going to name it, say, I'm just going to name it a random name, just maybe oh. Okay, you use the up and down button. So I'll change this to press enter first. Hang on. Now I just keep it as Flysky 01, and so that I save time for not doing all this in this video. Type select. Let's press enter. Let's select the plain one, which is acro. Press enter again. Okay. Mode bait, I think this is ppm, that's fine. Exit. State set, which is the mode. So let's set this into mode 2 and press menu. No. Let me try. Mode 2, yes. And copy now. That's fine. So I'm going to exit this and I'm going to go to the next settings, just up and down. Just press menu. So all these other things you don't need to set. Maybe just you only need to go down to the dual rates. Press OK. Alright. So this one, let's do the rudder. Usually you don't do dual rates, but just for this example, I'll do it anyway. So let's keep the default mode as the high rates, so 100%. So you go down, but you put an expo. I understand that the standard expo that you put is usually around 35, so I'm going to put this positive 35. Okay, so this is the high rates. So you can see the rudder dual rate switch is up here. So what you need to do now is to turn it on, and then we will adjust the low rates to 70, and that's the standard one that is usually used. By the way, I can't switch off the sound, so if it's annoying, don't blame me. Anyway, so this is, if you turn on the rudder dual rates, is low rates. If you turn it off, then that's the default rate is high rates. So default with expo 35. So you do it the same with Aileron and elevator. So press this up and then choose using minus button or plus button. So let's scroll down and then positive 35. Alright, so this is elevator. So the elevator dual rate switch is here. So I just flick it on. So I'm going to adjust this to 70. Alright, so let's do Aileron. Same thing. Expo 35. So the dual rate switch is here. So I'm going to switch it on, and then I'm going to adjust the low rates to 70 and turn it on, off, on. Okay, so now you set up dual rates for rudder, aileron. So this is rudder, elevator, and aileron. I haven't learned how to allocate all these dual rate switch to one switch, but that's alright. But if you keep this as 3 switches, should be fine. So the next thing to do is we need to exit out. I just want to go back in and just confirm that it's all set. Yep. This is what rudder on, off. Yes. So I'm going to exit this, and I'm going down to the next thing is to set up the 3 position switch, this one, for different flight modes. So you need to go into the program mix and then set it up as follows. Mix 1, enter, and then you need to activate that, and you need to go to auxiliary. And by the way, with this graphic user interface, you have the auxiliary channel, 2 channels, auxiliary 1 and 2, but because of the limitation of the screen of the graphic user interface, they can only show 3 letters. So auxiliary 1 and 2 will show all AUX only, but there's a way that you can select auxiliary 1 and 2. So we need to set this master to auxiliary 1. So if you press the plus button to the right, it goes to auxiliary 1, and this is auxiliary 1. But if you press it again, it still shows you AUX, but that's auxiliary 2. So the slave will be auxiliary 2. So the the off position is the what they call normal in this one, so NOR, and the value is -50. Okay, so I need to go out and set the program mix for number 2. Go in. Same thing, you need to activate that and go plus auxiliary 1. Okay, and then go to auxiliary and press it again, auxiliary 2. Now this is the middle position, is ID 1. Middle position is up rate of 0. So that's fine. So let's go out. Let me just double check if I put correctly. No, I put wrongly. This is not supposed to be in the offset. It should be in the up rate. So I'll just put this back to 0. Okay, so now that's correct. We go up. So we need to go to mix 3. This is the 3rd position. Same thing. Press menu, activate, and go to auxiliary 1. Auxiliary, press it again. Goes to auxiliary 2. Now the up rate is 50 because that's the 3rd position. So let me go up to 50. and the switch is ID2. Okay, that's fine now. So let's press menu. Pressing menu is to confirm. So let me just go back and check. -50, normal, yes, that's the first position. ID1 is 0, yes. ID2 is 50, that's correct. So let me, before I go further, let me talk about this. This basically means that the auxiliary 1 is where you output the channel. So auxiliary 2 is a slave. So this one will be the 3 position switch, which is here. If you switch it on, this signal will then go to the channel that you're going to assign, and then it will go out to the quadcopter. So basically that's what this means. This one slave will select the different position, and then the signal gets transmitted through the master. It goes up to the quadcopter. So now we need, with any transmitter, only the first 4 position, which is channel 1, 2, 3, and 4, at aileron, throttle, elevator, rudder, they have been configured to configure channel, so they can just transmit 1, 2, 3, 4. But with switches and the knobs, you need to assign a channel to it. So let's assign a channel to this auxiliary. So let's exit. So what you know so far is that we have set up the expo and the rates for channel 1, 2, 3, and 4, aileron, throttle, elevator, rudder, or depending on how this is set up, it may be TAER, but anyway, we have already set it up. So now what we need to do, we need to assign the throttle hole switch to a channel, and also the 3 position switch to a channel before it can be transmitted out. So what you need to do now is to go to the auxiliary channel and press enter, and 5 and 6 are this programmable channel, which is the gear here. I think and then the other one is the flap, if I'm not mistaken, or the throttle hole. But anyway, let's assign a channel. To assign the channel, you press left or right. So I'm going to do channel 5 for throttle hole, so that's fine. And I press menu enter. That's saved already. So I go back again. So the auxiliary channel is channel 7. So what I need to do is I need to go and use the gear as the master channel for the slave to transmit all the signal. So then press enter, and now we go to display and let you have a look to show you that everything is set up. Okay, so you have the aileron, aileron, left, right, the elevator, the throttle, another throttle, and the rudder. And the gear is for the, hang on, let me see whether I've done it correctly or not. Yeah, the gear is the throttle hole switch. and the 3 position switch is here. So this is off, the first position, second position, third position. So this is usually for flight mode. So as you can see, it has been assigned. So what this means now is you are ready to bind this with your receiver, and then you connect to betaflight or cleanflight, and basically you can then assign the 3 position switch to the flight mode. Usually it's stabilize, horizon and acro. So you have 3 position switch, and this one, throttle hold, is arm and disarm. So that's all you need for a quadcopter setup, and this is specific to this radio, but the concept is the same. So even if you don't understand the master and slave mixes, you can just follow these instructions and you can set it up, and that's all you need. And I may put up another video which explains further as to what all those means. But before I end this video, basically for each channel you have a mixer, and you mix different values together, and then it gets output to that particular channel. So that's what a mixer means. So what we just did, we mixed 1, 2 and 3. Basically we are mixing 3 mixers together to produce off position, on middle position and the top position. So these 3 values are controlled by this switch, and it gets output and get mixed. Basically they are joined together and using this switch, and it gets output on the gear channel 7 here for auxiliary. So that's basically what mix means.